Hey, what's going on, everybody? And finally got to get this new kayak out today. Got the Ascend H12 kayak from Bass Pro. Got it in February, and it comes with the one that I got comes with a blind for it. So something that I wanted to get for duck season this year, that I could get mobile out on some certain areas that we want to get to for duck hunting, but also with the blind so that we could use it also as a blind, be able to be mobile, or even just stationary, but out on water, being able to move around if needed. Like I said, this is the first time that I've gotten it out. Since I've gotten it, life's been pretty busy, and then it's just been real hot, and so figured I would just try to get out here early this morning. It's about 7:30, and it's already about 82 degrees, but it's not humid yet, and it actually feels pretty good on the water. Got a light breeze, but so anyways, man, this kayak, I seen it on some videos, some other duck hunters that I follow on YouTube, and it just seems to be more open, more stable. Um, it's kind of a cross between like a sit-in kayak and a canoe. So it's a little bit wider. It actually moves through the water real nice, not really any drag, pretty stable. Don't feel like the thing's gonna flip over while moving it around. I actually built a kayak a couple years ago for duck hunting. It was a sit-on, and put lights on it, and there's nothing like moving across a waterway in the dark and feeling like you're gonna flip over the whole time. Like, I had gotten that kayak out before, and it wasn't too bad, but when you got some gear on and you've got decoys loaded up with you, and it just starts to things started to feel pretty sketchy. So been looking at some different options. Saw this kayak and thought I would check it out and give it a try. So I looked one up. Like I said, this is the Ascend 12 foot H12. It's the hybrid, and so far, actually, just being out here on the water, I've been on the water for about 30 or 45 minutes already, and it's just floats real nice and moves real nice through the water. Like I said, the one that I ordered with the Northern Flight kayak blind, which is made specifically for the Ascend, the H12, and then I think the other one's the T12, but they're both 12 footers. You've got this sit-in hybrid, and then it's got a sit on top, but the blind is made specifically for both of those. I've seen some people go with the H10, the 10 footer, and modify the blind to make it work. Once we get closer to duck season and I get some grass and stuff to kind of camouflage it in, I'll do another video on that, but get some of that rafa grass or whatever it's called and kind of brush it in a little bit, but for when we actually get out where we're going, we can use some of the natural grass as well to finish brushing it in. So that'll be a later video when we get closer to duck season and get that done. But so just wanted to get out and do a little something. Like I said, it's been hot. It's almost the end of July, and I work in this stuff all week. Work in a shop, welding pipe and other things that we build for the oil field, and you just start out 5 o'clock in the morning, and the shop's already hot and humid, and then you got to work 12 hours in it, and So it's been kind of hard for me to get myself to want to get out here, but wanted to do it and make a small little video and just kind of show you guys a little bit of this Ascend H12 and what it looks like. And definitely hoping to get some pretty good videos coming through this year from different hunts and stuff like that. I thought about grabbing some jugs this morning and dropping them in, but then I thought about how I wasn't really interested in staying out here for a while today, because now that the sun is up and it's starting to warm up, I know it's going to get pretty hot, and just didn't want to go through the trouble just to drop them in for an hour or so. But maybe get some fishing done in this thing, but for sure we'll get some hunting videos in this thing this year, and so you can see what it looks like with the blind on, with it brushed in. And another thing, I've been kind of trying to look at some different life jackets for when it gets to duck season. This one's not too bulky. I've looked at some different options. When I've got my waders and we're packed up, and what's something that's going to be kind of low profile but still do what it needs to do. I've looked at some of those ones that real small, and they've got the it's like a pull cord with like a little CO2 cartridge in it, so that if something happens and you're in the water and you got to pull it, it inflates. I'm really kind of tossed up on that, if that's something that I want to do, or just stick with something like a full, but still looking for something that's maybe a little bit thinner, less bulky. Trying to go with something also that is would be more of camo colors, or even just like a natural color that's not bright, because if we're moving around on the kayaks hunting, I feel honestly feel a little more safe being able to keep it on, especially if we're moving across the water. I used to just keep it in the boat with me and not put it on, and I think about, especially in the middle of the night, or not middle of the night but early morning, I'll add this video in. Whenever I got this kayak, I actually added some lights to the front of it, so when we're moving across waterway, we've got some lighting in front of us to see where we're going. But then I also added some navigation LED strips to it, so that other boats can see out there. And then just for fun, went ahead and added in some LED strips inside to kind of illuminate the inside of this kayak. Wired everything in with the switch. Got a battery box in the back to put the battery in. Kind of overkill. I've got a full-size 12-volt battery. Original plan was actually to try to figure out a way to mount a trolling motor on here, so maybe it'd be easier moving around in the morning, but didn't really like what was going on there. Might still look at something like that in the future, but for now I figure I'll just stick with the using the arms and the paddle to get around. But anyways, even though I've got this thing set up where people would be able to see me on the water when it's dark, and you just worry about, man, what if something happens and you get dumped over? If I don't have the life jacket on, am I going to be able to get it? So kind of stayed a little more towards trying to keep it on. So anyways, looking for something that's either like this, but natural outdoor color camo, or one of the ones that's got the ripcord to inflate it when you pull it. Get some thoughts if anybody's got any experience with either of those and what you think. But anyways, until next time, I hope you guys have a good week. And if you're in one of these southern states, we're in Oklahoma, and you're dealing with the heat, and stay hydrated, stay safe. So until next time, deuces.